Hello everyone and welcome back to Crohns Warrior Wrestling. This is part 1 of show number 4 and the last show before we head into the pay-per-view, which will be free. So then a lot to sort out tonight, including the number 1 contender for the Tag Team Championships as well as the World title. We already know in the women's match it's going to be Nikki Bella taking on Becky Lynch and the current women's champion Kairi Sane. Nikki Bella was out here before the show started to give a few kind words to Becky Lynch, but Kairi Sane also came out and kindly reminded her that it's her that she needs to worry about. So into the first match then of tonight's show, and it is the number 1 contendership match for the tag team titles. So this is going to be a triple threat match, one person from each team. Whoever wins it will go on to face DX. So Bray Wyatt looks like he's going to be representing him and Matt Hardy. Along with Kevin Nash for the NWO. And let's see who's going to be representing the New Day. And it's Big E then, representing the New Day. So here we go then for the number 1 contendership for the tag team titles. This is a table, ladders and chairs match. Oh, and Big E nearly went through the table early then as Kevin Nash comes out to join the action. It's going to be interesting to see if any alliances are made in this match. But it doesn't look likely as Big E levels Kevin Nash and he might regret that. Bray Wyatt back to his feet. Kevin Nash a little busy with the table. And takes a back body drop for his troubles, but Kevin Nash reverses. Starts giving Bray some swift knees. And a massive clothesline, down goes Bray. And Big E really needs to get in the game, the New Day. Doing very well at the first pay-per-view. And Bray Wyatt looks to take the action back into the ring. That is the only way that you can win this match, by pinfall or submission. And Big E seems to have taken a knee on the table. Not really sure whether Big E's injured or he's just waiting for the right moment. But meanwhile back in the ring, Kevin Nash and Bray still going at it, and a massive DDT to Bray. Can he get a 3? Barely a 2. And still Big E on the outside. Just seems to be happy to let Kevin Nash punish Bray Wyatt. As mentioned last week in the main event tonight, Sting will take on a mystery opponent. And whoever wins this match will go on to face Daniel Bryan for the Crohns Warrior Championship. Also coming up next, another number 1 contenders match for the Quick Draw Championship. As Bray goes for the pin, but Nash kicks out and 2 as well. And the winner of that match will take on Goldberg at the pay-per-view. So whoever wins that match next has got a big task ahead of him, as we see a big boot by Kevin Nash. Will that be enough? Big E just still sat on the outside. Is he helping the NWO in some way? He does just seem happy to let Kevin Nash destroy Bray Wyatt as he goes to set up the jackknife powerbomb. And if he hits this, it could be over. Kevin Nash into the pin, there is no rope break. Big E's last chance if he's going to do something, and he doesn't. And the NWO will go on to the pay-per-view to fight D-Generation X for the Tag Team Championships. And what a strange match that was then, with Big E just on the outside taking a knee. Bray Wyatt tried to get himself back in it, but Kevin Nash just too much. First with the big boot, followed by the jackknife powerbomb. And the NWO get a chance to get them titles back. So then coming up next, it is that Quick Draw Championship #1 contenders match. So let's see who else wants a shot at the title. So then the rules of the Quick Draw Championship. First to get 2 out of 3 falls, as we've seen, by any means necessary, including pin, submission, and as we saw last week, by KO. And the first one out then, Braun Strowman. Him against Goldberg at the pay-per-view would definitely be interesting. Let's see who stands in Braun Strowman's way. And it is the Viper Randy Orton, who's capable of disposing of anyone. And I'm definitely expecting this one to be quite an even match. So here we go then, Strowman versus Orton. Winner will go on to face Goldberg for the Quick Draw Championship. And out of nowhere, an RKO out of nowhere. And Randy Orton trying to get a pin earlier. And Strowman kicks out at 2, but barely. And I think it's fair to say that absolutely no one was expecting that. As Orton now looking into wearing down Strowman, that's probably his best option. Braun Strowman with a definite size advantage. But size definitely isn't a lot when you're sat on your arse. Coming up after this match, we've got a one-on-one. And these kind of matches are going to start happening a lot more frequent to try and sort out the rankings. So everyone's going to get a chance to prove themselves. And we will be taking notice of wins and losses. At the moment then, Randy Orton ranked very high, as it's been all him against Strowman, but he couldn't quite lift him there and Strowman lands flat on him. Can Strowman now get something going? So I think he's going to throw Andy over the top and out. That'd be Andy with an R and Rotten with an O. Either way, let's get back to it. Strowman's still working on Orton on the outside. Remember, this match can be won anywhere. And after that quick start from Randy, Braun Strowman's really laying into him now. Or have I spoke too soon? Now Randy coming back. And then Strowman with a massive headbutt. But Orton straight back to his feet. And picks Strowman up. And what a neck breaker from Randy Orton. Is that enough to get the pin? And barely a 1 count then. And Strowman is literally vibrating with anger. So which one of these superstars is going to go on to face Goldberg? Goldberg winning that match with a quick KO and then a pinfall straight after. It did seem very harsh on Bobby Roode, but as I've said before, that is how this quick draw title's gonna be. Can either of these two get the upper hand? As Strowman head bounces off the apron, will that be enough this time? The referee having to run 100 metres. And that may have been a 6 count, but it's only gonna go down as a 2. Randy Orton really must be wondering what he's got to do to keep Strowman down. And an RKO, that might definitely do it. And still only a 2 count. And Randy Orton getting frustrated then. still unable to get a pinfall, and we have to bear in mind that he needs 2. And he's clearly getting tired now, just lifting Strowman up in stages, where he does finally hit him with a neck breaker. And oh god, here comes Strowman now, back body drop. But Orton somehow manages to roll it through. And Strowman then for a while looked like he was alright. And then out of nowhere, it's all Randy Orton again, and he looks like he might be setting up for another RKO. On the ramp, and Strowman's busted open, and I think that went down as a KO. This is 1-0 to Randy Orton. Surely we're not going to see it again. And luckily Braun Strowman kicks out on 2. Nearly a repeat of last week then. And still a bloody Braun Strowman fights on. Military press to Orton. Picks him up by the back of the head. On front choke slam down on the ramp, and I think Orton might be out. Can Strowman now get a pin? And Orton just kicks out at 3. Randy Orton then so far 1-0 up. But at the moment it's looking like only a matter of time before Strowman evens it up. As he heads to the top of the ramp, let's take another replay of that front choke slam. And I thought Orton was definitely done for. And back to the action now. Orton striking Strowman. He just needs one more pinfall. These two wrestlers just going back and forth at it at the top of the ramp. And Orton now with a massive DDT on Strowman. Is he out? Let's see that again. I thought he was done for. RKO out of nowhere. And Strowman is done. And that's the end of Braun Strowman. Good old Andy wins that one by 2. And he will go on to face Goldberg at the pay-per-view for the Quick Draw Championship. Braun Strowman taking multiple RKOs. And the last one finally finished him off. This looked like the end of Orton at one stage. And then a massive DDT into the RKO. Will he be able to take Goldberg down? We'll find out at the pay-per-view. As always, if you've liked the video, don't forget to drop a like. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.